Hi you guys, so I am so excited to finally get a chance to sit down and film this. It has been a crazy couple of weeks. This is my 34-week pregnancy update. Now just so you guys know, when I film these is right at the end of the week, so I'm at the end of my 34th week right now, and tomorrow I will be starting my 35th week of pregnancy. I just wanted to clear that up so it's easier for you guys to kind of understand, because things are going to start moving really, really quickly now. Last week I had my big appointment with maternal fetal medicine about my placenta previa. My pregnancy is still considered extremely, extremely high risk. So I went in and I had a really, really long, detailed ultrasound. This ultrasound was an hour long, which is insane. They pretty much checked everything on the baby. They checked the baby's heart, the baby's kidneys, everything. Detailed measurements. Right now the baby's measuring, or as of last week, the baby was measuring 4 pounds, 8 ounces. There's variation of about 11 ounces roughly in their measurement, so it could be plus or minus 11 ounces. The baby was measuring right around the 21st percentile, which is small, but my babies always tend to come out small. So we are planning for preemie things, needing preemie size clothes, preemie size diapers, and I'm actually going to be doing another video where I show you guys what we picked up in preparation for having a premature baby, which means that yes, my previa is still there, it's still complete, and it basically hasn't moved one bit, which is not surprising, not the news I wanted to hear, but not surprising. So after my ultrasound, I went up and I talked with one of the specialists. He's going to basically be backing up my doctor in the operating room for my C-section. And he gave me some more details. First of all, my placenta is not anterior. It's not in the front. It's actually posterior, which is excellent. It means they don't have to cut through the placenta when they do the C-section. So it actually lowers the amount of bleeding you're going to have, which is excellent. He said the likelihood of hemorrhage is low during the surgery, and he also said that the likelihood of a hysterectomy is pretty much non-existent, which makes me super, super happy. So I really don't have to worry about that unless there's some emergency fluke, I start bleeding out, etc. Then of course they would have to do one, but highly, highly unlikely. I think he said like less than a 5% chance. He was also great at answering questions. He said that his wife was the same size as me, and she actually had to have 2 C-sections for both their kids because their babies were 10 pounds. And the hospital does give you an abdominal binder after the C-section to help hold everything in and make it easier to get up and move around, which is excellent. That was one of my big questions, because if they didn't provide one, I was going to go and get one. As for the timing, I have not bled yet, which, according to the nurse I talked to, whose eyes popped out of her head when I said that, and the maternal fetal medicine doctor, who pretty much gave me one of those "that's miraculous" kind of looks, basically said it is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly rare that I have not bled at all. So I am so thankful and so grateful that I haven't bled yet. The farther along I get, though, the more the risk of bleeding goes up. So I am trying to be very careful. He said that if absolutely anything seems wrong, if I feel like I'm having Braxton Hicks contractions that won't go away, if I feel funny, if I feel weird, anything that concerns me, to go into the emergency room immediately. He said, it doesn't matter. They don't care if I'm in there 4 times between then and delivery, as long as I'm very, very cautious. Okay, the other thing is this baby's coming very, very early. The safest time for delivery for placenta previa to reduce hemorrhaging risks in the mother is between 36 and 37 weeks. They try and push it as far to 37 weeks as possible for the health and lung development of the baby, which I am all for. But anything past 37 weeks increases the risk of hemorrhage. I believe at 38 weeks, you have like a 70% chance of a hemorrhage just happening while you're at home. So this baby is going to be coming out at exactly 36 weeks and 5 days, unless my placenta magically moves. They're going to do another big ultrasound 3 days before the C-section. So that Monday they're going to do an ultrasound, and that Thursday I'm already booked for the C-section. If my placenta moves, of course everything will just go as normal. I can go into labor naturally, etc. The likelihood of it moving is pretty much nil. It's just a double check, because of course they don't want to put you through a C-section unless they absolutely have to, which is one thing I love about my hospital and my doctors, is even though it is a high-risk hospital, they do have a very high C-section rate, but that's because they're the only level 3 NICU high-risk maternity hospital within like hours in either direction. I am nervous, of course, about having a preemie baby. All of my other babies have been full term, so I haven't ever had to worry about things like NICU time, lung development, things like having to be extra careful with where we go, who the baby's around, etc. So my husband and I are already putting in a list of practices and rules that we're going to have in place before the baby even comes, as to how holidays are handled, how visitors are handled, all kinds of things like that, because this baby is most likely going to be more fragile than a full-term infant. And of course, you know, changing up some of the things we had set for the kids. We told the kids, you know, you're going to be able to hold the baby right away, help feed, etc. Now we're having to kind of change that and explain to them this baby's coming a little bit early. Baby's not going to be as strong. Baby's going to be very tiny. We actually showed them the difference between newborn clothes and preemie clothes so that they could really get an idea, and explain to them that you're not going to be able to hold the baby until the baby's a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger. So we're prepping the kids, we're prepping ourselves, we are prepping the house. As for pregnancy update videos, of course you're getting this one, and then you're going to get another one at the end of next week, right before I have my next appointment and my C-section. And then what I will probably do is I will probably be vlogging that week with my little camera. So you'll probably see me wherever I'm at the time and not here. And I will probably do an update right after my maternal fetal medicine appointment to let you guys know that we're definitely doing the C-section, what's going on. And of course, I'm going to do a video letting you guys know how everything went and introducing you to the new baby. I think that's pretty much it for updates on what is going on as far as me and my health and my very stubborn placenta. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my stomach. Alright you guys, this is how big I am at the end of 34 weeks, beginning of 35 weeks pregnant. As you can see, I'm actually wearing a dress as a top because I can't fit in any of my regular tops anymore. But let me pull this back and you can see I am this big. Very round at this point. Very uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm just wearing this little skater dress as a shirt, and then I have a pair of just leggings on. To update you guys on my weight, I have gained more weight. I am up to 143 pounds, which means a total weight gain of 16 pounds for this pregnancy. which, like I've mentioned in previous videos, I started out 10 pounds heavier than I normally am, so that's really a good weight gain for me. I have been trying to eat more just to put a little bit more weight on this baby before he comes. As for other pregnancy-related things, stretch marks, I haven't gained any so far, thank goodness. I still only have the one from my first pregnancy. Heartburn is still terrible. Sleeping is really, really bad still. I'm pretty much rolling over and waking up every couple of hours. I don't sleep a lot. I do drink a lot of iced coffee, and don't worry, I'm drinking a lot of water to balance out the iced coffee as much as possible so I don't get too dehydrated. I recently did a updated skincare routine because this pregnancy has changed my skin a little bit. Normally I'm very, very oily, and this pregnancy I've been incredibly dry. So I've had to change up my skincare routine and some of the products I've been using, and I wanted to share those with you guys. So I will go ahead and link that up here and down below, or you can just check my recent videos. It was the last one I posted. I haven't had any other weird pregnancy symptoms pop up other than just being incredibly, incredibly uncomfortable. I am bigger now than I was at the end of my pregnancies with my 3 other kids, and it's just got me exhausted. I get tired filming because of I have the sun coming in, and I do have a couple studio lights I add in just to help make sure I'm bright enough because the window in this room is really small. And I get really overheated really easily. I'm constantly too warm. So while I'm worried about, having a premature baby, part of me is happy if I do go ahead and have the C-section and have the baby a little bit early. As long as he's okay, I'm happy to be getting done with this pregnancy and getting life back to normal. As normal as it can be with a newborn, but let me tell you from experience, a lot of people say, oh, you'll sleep so much less once the baby is born, you'll be exhausted all the time, etc. I sleep more when the baby's born. I sleep better when the baby's born. I'm more physically comfortable, so I'm better able to handle things. I have a very high pain tolerance, but when it comes to just not being able to bend over and grab things and do things because I have a huge tummy in the way, it definitely makes things much, much harder. So I am so excited for this little guy's arrival. And no, we do not have a name yet. No clue. We don't even have a list of name ideas together yet. So I'm probably going to yank my husband aside and make us sit down and start putting together a list of name ideas for this little guy. We usually don't name the baby until after he or she is born. That way we can kind of look at them and decide, okay, this name will fit you the best. But we'll kind of get a list of probably our 2 or 3 favorite names and pick from those once he actually is here. So that is pretty much everything for my 34-week pregnancy update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, just want to say hi, I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on my website, joannabrooks.net, and on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. I am pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!